Good evening and welcome to the South Burlington Development Review Board for November 18th, 2025. My name is Dawn Philibert. I'm the chair of the DRB, and let me introduce members of the board. To my far left is Ted Linsky, Jody Lesko, Frank Kochman, Quinn Mann, Charlie Johnston, and to my right are city staff and planners. Our newest member of the team, Alex Levin. Welcome, Alex. We're glad to have you aboard. And Marla Keene. This meeting is being recorded. If you are attending, if you're a member of the public attending, it's important that you sign up out back so that you can document your participation in this meeting. If you are attending virtually, please document your participation by providing your contact information in the chat box. And if you're calling in, please send your contact information, email it to Marla Keene. I'm sorry, I don't have my cheat sheet. What is it, Marla? What's your email?
mkeene@southburlingtonvt.gov.
Great, thank you. Okay. The agenda. Hold on just a second. Okay. The first item on our agenda is to review the emergency evacuation procedures. In the back of the auditorium in each corner, there are doors that exit into the kind of atrium hallway of the city hall. You would exit through those doors and go left or right to exit the building. Are there any additions, deletions, or changes in the order of agenda items?
No.
Okay. Are there any announcements? Are there any comments and questions from the public that aren't related to the agenda? Hearing none, let's go on to our first and actually only project to review tonight, and that is sketch plan application SK2506 of Lark-Inns LP to re-subdivide an existing 8.14 acre lot 1, developed with a 63-unit multifamily dwelling, and an existing 13.26 acre lot developed with a 121-room hotel, a 78-unit multifamily building, a 60-room hotel, a restaurant, and a 3-unit multifamily building into 2 new lots of 6.38 acres and on lot 1 and 15.02 acres on lot 2 at 1690 and 1720 Shelburne Road. Who is here for the applicant? Would you please introduce yourself, and then I will swear. Oh, we don't have to swear you in. It's sketch.
Jesse Carswell, Krebs and Lansing Engineers.
Hi, Jesse.
Doug Boardman on behalf of Lark-Inns LP.
Okay, thanks, Doug. Okay, so we have all read the staff report about your project, as you have too, I'm quite sure. So I guess what we're going to do, what we usually do, is go through the staff report, focus on the red comments, and the board can ask questions to get clarity so that we have the information we need to make a decision about the proposal. Yes, thank you. And I was going to ask if you could please give us an overview of this project, because we reviewed part of it, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, and why you're doing this. Kind of introduce us to what you're trying to do, please.
I can't speak to the 3 or 4 years ago. I'm not sure.
Doug, I don't think your mic is on, or you can just pull it a lot closer.
Is that working?
Yeah, there
I
you go.
can't speak to the 3 or 4 years ago.
There was a conversion of a hotel into living units, correct?
Yeah,
I don't
that
think Doug or Jesse were working on
Okay, never
the
mind.
project, but it was this building here, at the bottom of the screen. It used to be hotel and now it's residential.
Okay, thank you. So what is on the property that you're talking about tonight? And give us a little overview, please.
The property we're talking about tonight is undeveloped land, and it's
Yeah.
okay. That sounds good. Better. Okay. The the area of the boundary line adjustment is undeveloped land,
Okay.
and so it's a situation that benefits excuse me, both parties. The Bartlett Brook parcel can't use this land because it's bisected by Bartlett Brook, and
It's what? I'm sorry. They can't use it because it's what?
bisected.
Okay,
They can't cross Bartlett Brook to use the land.
I see.
So there has been an agreement to sell it to Lark-Inns so that because they abut it, that they would be able to use it for development, for future
Okay.
development. That's basically the long and short of it.
And this project involves no development. It's just not a lot line. It's a subdivision or re-subdividing, correct?
It's the subdivision involves creation of a new parcel. This is just a boundary line adjustment, so like a lot line adjustment, like you
Okay.
said.
Okay.
But it is Marla, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a minor subdivision, right? Is what it's classified as.
So, yeah, there's some distinctions in terminology in the regulations, which I think are non-standardized terms. Boundary line adjustment in South Burlington is defined as an adjustment between two lots where the adjustment is less than the minimum lot size. And a minor lot line is the adjustment or creation of less than two lots. So this is an adjustment between two lots, and so it's considered a minor subdivision.
Okay. Any other questions that are introductory?
Well, I think I heard you say that the idea is to make the larger lot, I gather, more developable. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the development plan?
I don't think we have anything specific.
Just
Residential.
in general, right? At some point, but no time soon.
Correct.
Okay.
I think an important distinction here is that any development on, and this is, if you guys want to know more about the potential of future development, that's your, ultimately your decision, but any future development plan would, on the resulting lands, being the combined two lots, would be subject to master plan review.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions out of the gate? Okay, let's just go through and I will read the questions because most of them are very brief. This number one talks about the subdivision, and it says staff therefore considers master plan to be not applicable and recommends the board discuss whether they agree with this conclusion. So board, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with staff that that a master plan is not applicable?
I agree with the conclusion, but not the rationale.
Okay. You want to say more about that?
The rationale is that there's no change in development potential, but we've just been told that's the whole reason for the action being taken.
Okay.
However, in section 15.2, 15B03. Oh, geez. 15B01.
Two.
Wait a minute. Yeah, 15A02.
Isn't it BO2?
Where is it?
15802 is the subdivision review.
Okay,
C
right.
15A02. Is that what you're thinking about, Frank?
What the heck? Where are we? Subdivision applicability.
So 15B is master plan applicability. 15A02 is subdivision applicability. So right now, the subject of this discussion is master plan applicability.
I know where I am. I'm in 15A03, 3, B3. Relocation or elimination of a lot line between relocation of a lot line between two lots that does not meet the definitions under 1 or 2 shall be a minor subdivision. In other words, it's not a lot line adjustment because it doesn't meet all the criteria of 1 and 2 above. Specifically, the acreage of land to be transferred is not less than the minimum lot area for the applicable zoning district. Therefore, since otherwise it is simply the relocation of a lot line between two lots, it is, by definition, in this section, a minor subdivision.
There's no exception from master plan review for a minor subdivision.
Okay. So are we good with that?
So,
Charlie?
sorry, Frank, just to make sure I didn't miss anything there, understand the conclusion it's a minor subdivision. The comment we're on is about requiring a master plan, whether that's applicable or not. So, was
Not
Well,
requiring a
what I
master.
like, what we can defer that question until they want to do a development. It's clearly
Yes.
more than 2 acres, and we can do the master plan then.
yeah,
Right? They are disclaiming any present intent to develop.
Right.
They just like the idea of having a more developable parcel.
And the staff acknowledge that later on. Okay, good.
Well, and I think depending on their answer to number 3, we might come back and revisit this.
Okay. Are we ready to move on to 2? Okay. I know you were. Okay. All right. Number 2. Staff recommends the board ask the applicant to evaluate the presence of site features and show applicable features on the plans associated with the final plat application. So that they need to show those on the final plat. We don't need to talk about that now. Is that correct?
Use your mic.
If they have any of that information, I think that would be helpful now.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alex. Do you have any of that information?
No, we don't have any, because this is only sketch plan. We haven't done a field survey or anything like that. So I tried to assemble as much GIS information as I could and put it on the sketch plan.
Is that are we good with that? Yeah. Okay. All right, moving on to number 3. Staff recommends the board ask the applicant how they would like to proceed with respect to adjusting the subdivision to comply with this criterion. And it's the criterion discussed above. All lands within a habitat block must be left in an undisturbed, naturally vegetated condition. Building envelopes may not include land within habitat blocks.
Oh,
Are you suggesting that you'll comply with that?
Yes.
well, then it's no longer a minor subdivision.
So
Sorry, I missed that.
So there's 2 options here, right? The crux of the standard is you can't subdivide a habitat block. You can't fragment a habitat block. So Alex has laid out two options: adjust the boundaries to exclude the lands of the habitat block, or subdivide the habitat block onto its own lot. So it's not a yes or no question, it's an or question.
Which of the two? Yeah, which of the two options?
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry if I could just, the framing of the question is maybe to start from the beginning and why this shape was chosen, and then maybe we can work from there. In looking at it, it seemed like maybe that narrow strip that connects to Shelburne Road might have been included, potentially the idea of access there, but given the location of the habitat block, that doesn't seem like that's not an option, right? So, yeah, given it's an odd shape, if you could speak to kind of how that was selected.
In talking to Eric Hoekstra from Bartlett Brook LLC, the land on the south of Bartlett Brook was of no value to them. So there's this little box down by Shelburne Road that been easement that I think one of the I don't know who it is, but New England Bell or somebody has an easement there. So we just sort of used that line and drew a line there, and but we realized because of the habitat block that we're happy to change that lot line to the one suggested by staff.
So, of the two options that are discussed in the staff report, which do you believe you want to pursue?
Well, why do we care?
Pardon?
Why do we care? As long as it's the technical requirements of the regulation of it.
You care because if they're gonna subdivide onto its own lot, it becomes a major subdivision, which is a different review process than if it remains a minor subdivision.
And we're fine with the first option, or we would like the first option.
Okay.
Which is to adjust the proposed boundary so it remains a minor but excludes the habitat block.
Correct.
Okay. Questions? Okay.
I did have a question. Not that it changes our approach, but is mitigation, habitat block mitigation, an option?
So, sorry, Marla, maybe staff will correct me if I'm wrong, but this requirement we're looking at is about not further fragmenting the habitat block. So the proposed line currently, cuts through that. So I don't think there's room for mitigation there. It's more of a you can't do that. At least that's my reading of it. Again, staff, correct me if I've misspoken on that.
I think you're right. Yeah. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I was just curious.
Okay. Number 3, staff recommends the board ask the applicant how they would like to proceed with respect to adjusting the subdivision to comply with this criterion.
That's what we just did.
We just did that. Okay, right. Number 4, the addition of the 1.8 acre parcel to Lark-Inns LP establishes an irregular shaped building lot that would not allow for development directly on Shelburne Road. The proposed subdivision encompasses the southern edge of a habitat block with consideration to the above prohibition on irregularly shaped lot lines and on bifurcating habitat blocks. Staff recommends the board ask the applicant to describe the reason for the chosen lot shape and discuss whether they should modify it to remove the narrow section of the lot. I think we've covered this. Okay, good. So that's the end of the questions. So my question to you, board, is do you have any other questions before we close the hearing? Pardon?
Nope,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay, great. Let's see if there's any public comment. Are there any? Well, there's clearly no one here. Is there anyone online who would like to make a comment? No one calling in? Okay. All right. In that case, pardon me, I would,
You don't need to take a motion, it's just see you next time.
it is a sketch plan, so we don't need to take a motion. So we will see you at the next phase or next time or whatever. There is no next phase, but you'll probably come back again for development or whatever. So thank you. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And we have the minutes of the 7th of October board meeting.
I just wanted, November 4th is in there too, and I think we normally do them all together.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't here October 7th, so I would abstain from that, but I don't want to make us do 2 votes. So I'm fine with just abstaining from
Well, you're
both.
way ahead of schedule, so I would suggest you do 2 votes.
I think it's okay to do 2.
Okay, well then we'll do 2 votes.
Now, I believe, I just want to take a minute because I believe this is, where are I? All right, let's take them one at a time here. Let's do November 4th first. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of October 4th.
It's either November 7th or November 4th or October 7th. You've got me
What did I
confused.
say? All right. November 4th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Thanks. Second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? No. Okay, thank you.
So November 4th, Ted is abstaining, but Quinn voted.
I voted.
Okay.
And then, okay, October,
I like that you both have to.
October 7th, 2025. Entertain a motion. Okay, a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No.
I'll
Motion
abstain
passes.
from that.
Okay, great. And any other business? I assume you saw the email about changing your password. Anything else?
Nope. Have
I
a
hope
great
you all
Thanksgiving.
have
We'll
a
see you
good
in December.
Thanksgiving. Yes. And I'll see you not next meeting, but the meeting after.
What about changing the password?
All right, I'm going to end the meeting. Okay, thank you.